Welcome back, beautiful people, to another episode of Trey, the Terrible Collector. On today's episode of Trey, the Terrible Collector, we are going to be finishing up the X-Force line of toys. Now, the X-Force line started a lot like the X-Men one did, with a lot of hits, a lot of misses, some weird stuff. They really got their stride in like series 3 and 4. It was a lot of cables and then a lot of weirdo, out of left field villains. The last series of X-Force toys is just repaints of toys that we had already seen. So there's only 4 of them. We're going to start off with the least exciting, which is going to be Kill Spree. Kill Spree is a villain whom I know nothing about, so I'll be reading off the back here. I also have a couple of dogs who might be co-hosting a little bit. We've got Bailey and Holly who are in for the show, so if you hear them piping up, they're just excited about the toys. Kill Spree is among the many enemies of the mutant defense team known as X-Force. None are more dangerous or vicious than the mutant assassin known as Kill Spree. Using lethal forearm blades, much like Wolverine, Kill Spree is a pure fighting machine who can take down any opponent in one fatal blow. I have never read a comic with this person. I have no idea who he is, but everything about his look is very reminiscent of the 90s boom of just like Fabian Shaza and who's the McFarlane, Todd McFarlane, the Spawn guy, and Jim Lee, where everything was just very over the top, lots of blades, lots of pouches, and everyone got a gun. So we're going to bust this open. We did not open the original Kill Spree because I couldn't bring myself to buy 2 of this figure of whom I had never heard. He is interesting. It looks like his arms swivel. Yep, they swivel at the shoulders, and then when you squeeze his legs, his arms pop out. He is equipped with 2 matching forearm blades, which just kind of plug in here. Maybe. Or maybe they don't. Maybe they slide into his hand and plug in there. Okay, great. So it looks like a little boomerang kind of a situation. It's whatever. He's got some like dreadlocks with little hearts. We're definitely using some zoom-ins. Dreadlocks with little hearts. He's got like the Apocalypse lips where they go way too far back, but he doesn't look as cool as Apocalypse. And then he's got like, when you look at him from the back, it kind of looks like he has a little gold diaper on. So that's cool, I guess. Kill Spree is, it's one of those situations where I know they had to load up some villains. It was easy to do some of the weird guys who had blades and stuff, but still very strange to me that instead of making another Mr. Sinister or a Mystique figure or any of the really popular comic book villains who didn't get figures as of yet, you got guys like this. Kind of strange, but he's not terrible looking. He's fun. You can definitely tell that he was made towards the end of the line, so a lot of the little bullshit, like just like tacky stuff, he doesn't have. He's just an all-around pretty decent figure, even if the character itself is pretty silly. I am not going to be doing extra facts because we're banging out 4 figures today, but this one does come with a card, which I will zoom in and give you a picture of because it's about Inferno, which has recently been featured in the X-Men 97 series. And the X-Men 97 series is my best thing. It's just something I'm absolutely in love with, and I just can't wait to watch more of it. So there you go. There's Kill Spree. Moving on, we are going to open our first of 2 cables. This is Arctic Armor Cable. He is a direct repaint of the Deep Sea Cable. So very much like the Batman toys that were coming out at the time, where all of them had themes. They were all armed like in a way that... Hi, Holly. You want to be in the video? You want to help me open a toy? She doesn't. But they were armed for very specific, this Batman fought a fire, and this Batman was good against trees. I don't know. But so Arctic Cable has an all-white suit with silver and black highlights. I'll be honest with you, I think that this figure looks amazing. The turquoise, and I'll pull up a side by side so we can look at both of them together. The turquoise Cable of this variant I really liked a lot. This one is also very cool. He does feature, like the last one, a tiny knife that goes into his boot. And I know it's a silly little thing, but it's such a cool... This could have just so easily been part of the sculpt or left off entirely. The little knife's really neat. I really love that. He also comes with the harpoon gun, which we have seen before. It is the same exact gun that came with the last one, although... Yeah, I can't really see it from here. I think that one's black too, but it might be gray. So we've got the harpoon. It loads into little jobber. Apparently this one doesn't load into the jobber. It's also bent. Huh, that's weird. Well, I suppose that one won't be firing. But it still looks cool. Unfortunately, he doesn't come with flippers, which was the best part of Deep Sea Cable, but it really wouldn't make sense for Arctic Cable to come with slippers, or flippers. Would have been neat if they gave him like some ice skates or something, though, because those little flippers were really neat. So all in all, I think he looks cooler than the blue one, the blue-green one that was the Deep Sea Cable, but he comes with less, and his gun's broken, so not as cool. This one is Shatterstar. Shatterstar is the first X-Force member other than Cable to get a third variant. This is exactly the same as the second variant, except he's wearing a more modern costume. Originally, he was in a white outfit, and then he got like a red and white one as time went on. And then the team all switched to purple and gold, and this was right around the same time as Operation Zero Tolerance, which is being adapted in the aforementioned X-Men 97 show. His swords are also painted gold instead of silver, and it's such a little detail, but I just think it's really cool. I don't know if I ever had this one when I was little. I can't really remember. We did have the red one. But this variant is exactly the same. Good looking. He looks cool next to... Can we get this in your hand there, buddy? He looks cool next to Killspree. Like, they have a very similar paint palette. Again, huge 90s ponytail, like the other Shatterstar variants. And he does have sheaths in his back, so the swords can go up, which I think is always cool. He also features a slashing attack, so you put those up and push the button, and you get a hiya, which is pretty neat. All around good articulation on most of these X-Force figures. Most of them have elbows, knees, shoulders, hips, etc. For whatever reason, this Cable's elbows don't bend, which is kind of silly. But that will bring us to our very last Cable figure and our very last figure in the X-Force series. This is Stealth Tech Cable, and he is a repaint of, I want to say it was Cable 3 or 4 or something like that. This Cable comes with a ton of bullshit. He comes with a machine gun here that has a... Hang on a second. Technical difficulties. I've done this before, I swear. It comes with some bullets that feed through the machine gun, so you can just be like... Brrr, and that's kind of neat. The bullets also function as a bandolier, so when Cable comes out, you can clip the bullets... Oh, they clip onto his rocket launcher, so he can wear his rocket launcher. Wow, Holly. Dang, dude. It's messed up. Wow. Anyways, you're on camera, babe. No, you're not. The rocket launcher that it comes with also functions as like a backpack. Nailed it. This version is painted with like this matte black paint that I haven't seen on any of the other figures in the series and any of the series, and it looks great. They're all of the rest of the toys are like, they're shiny, like they look like kids' toys, and this matte black and this matte gray on his arm here really looks nice. And when compared with the metallic gold and the metallic silver, it's a really nice contrast. There's also a nice, just a little bit of red on his belt and on his bandolier and on his shoulder pad that it adds just a touch of like of a finished look. It just really pulls it all together. So while the white armored cable for Arctic missions does look neat, this stealth one looks awesome. I am not going to try to put the bandolier and rocket launcher on in the video, but I'm sure that, wow, neat. That was me that time. That wasn't a dog. I am sure that I will have those figures spinning around my head in little clips. All in all, we have gotten to the end of the X-Force line. That leads me to another thing. We are going to be celebrating the end of the X-Force line by opening something absolutely awesome that no one should be opening. So look forward to that. It will be a very special episode coming very soon. As always, thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe and tell your friends if they like watching old dudes open old stuff. Then this is the show for them. As always, y'all have been wonderful, and I have been terrible. My pups have been somewhere on the scale, leaning more towards terrible. But it was great sharing this with you, and we will see you again